Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A traveler riding in a vehicle, a boat or bus or car or plane or train etc., who is not operating it. A traveler riding in a vehicle, a boat or bus or car or plane or train etc., who is not operating it. A clause that is appended to a legislative bill. A traveler who actively rides an animal, as a horse or camel. A traveler who actively rides a vehicle, as a bicycle or motorcycle. A person who changes location. A person who changes location. A passenger train that is ridden primarily by passengers who travel regularly from one place to another. Someone who travels regularly from home in a suburb to work in a city. A person who hides aboard a ship or plane in the hope of getting free passage. A commuter who uses public transportation. A standing subway or bus passenger who grips a hanging strap for support. A person who travels by getting free rides from passing vehicles. An agenda of things to do. The sum charged for riding in a public conveyance. Proceed or get along. A paying, taxi, passenger. Eat well. The food and drink that are regularly served or consumed. An aircraft that has a fixed wing and is powered by propellers or jets. An aircraft that has a fixed wing and is powered by propellers or jets. The flight was delayed due to trouble with the airplane. A motor vehicle with 4 wheels, usually propelled by an internal combustion engine. A vehicle carrying many passengers, used for public transport. A motor vehicle with 4 wheels, usually propelled by an internal combustion engine. Travel in an automobile. A dish, often boat-shaped, for serving gravy or sauce. A small vessel for travel on water. Ride in a boat on water. A car that is old and unreliable. The fenders had fallen off that old bus. A vehicle carrying many passengers, used for public transport. He always rode the bus to work. The topology of a network whose components are connected by a busbar. An electrical conductor that makes a common connection between several circuits. The busbar in this computer can transmit data either way between any 2 components of the system. Remove used dishes from the table in restaurants. Ride in a bus. Send or move around by bus. The children were bused to school. A motor vehicle with 4 wheels, usually propelled by an internal combustion engine. He needs a car to get to work. The compartment that is suspended from an airship and that carries personnel and the cargo and the power plant. Where passengers ride up and down. The car was on the top floor. A wheeled vehicle adapted to the rails of railroad. 3 cars had jumped the rails. A conveyance for passengers or freight on a cable railway. They took a cable car to the top of the mountain. A vehicle carrying many passengers, used for public transport. Teach and supervise, someone, act as a trainer or coach, 2, as in sports. She is coaching the crew. A vehicle carrying many passengers, used for public transport. Sports, someone in charge of training an athlete or a team. A railcar where passengers ride. A carriage pulled by 4 horses with 1 driver. A person who gives private instruction, as in singing, acting, etc. Drive a coach. A motor vehicle with 4 wheels, usually propelled by an internal combustion engine. A vehicle carrying many passengers, used for public transport. A vehicle carrying many passengers, used for public transport. An anthology of articles on a related subject or an anthology of the works of a single author. Providing for many things at once. An omnibus law. A vehicle carrying many passengers, used for public transport. A power tool for smoothing or shaping wood. An aircraft that has a fixed wing and is powered by propellers or jets. The flight was delayed due to trouble with the airplane. A carpenter's hand tool with an adjustable blade for smoothing or shaping wood. The cabinetmaker used a plane for the finish work. Travel on the surface of water. Mathematics, an unbounded two-dimensional shape. We will refer to the plane of the graph as the xy plane. Having a surface without slope, tilt in which no part is higher or lower than another. A plane surface. Cut or remove with or as if with a plane. A level of existence or development. He lived on a worldly plane. Make even or smooth, with or as with a carpenter's plane. Plane the top of the door. Public transport provided by a line of railway cars coupled together and drawn by a locomotive. Teach and supervise, someone, act as a trainer or coach, to, as in sports. He is training our Olympic team. Create by training and teaching. The old master is training world-class violinists. Teach or refine to be discriminative in taste or judgment. Develop, a child's or animal's, behavior by instruction and practice, especially to teach self-control. Is this dog trained? A sequentially ordered set of things or events or ideas in which each successive member is related to the preceding. Train of mourners. Wheelwork consisting of a connected set of rotating gears by which force is transmitted or motion or torque is changed. The fool got his tie caught in the gear train. Drag loosely along a surface. Allow to sweep the ground. She trained her long scarf behind her. Undergo training or instruction in preparation for a particular role, function, or profession. She is training to be a teacher. Travel by rail or train. She trained to Hamburg. Public transport provided by a line of railway cars coupled together and drawn by a locomotive. Express trains don't stop at Princeton Junction. Educate for a future role or function. They trained him to be a warrior. A procession, of wagons or mules or camels, traveling together in single file. They joined the wagon train for safety. Point or cause to go, blows, weapons, or objects such as photographic equipment, towards. He trained his gun on the burglar. A series of consequences wrought by an event. It led to a train of disasters. Cause to grow in a certain way by tying and pruning it. Train the vine. Exercise in order to prepare for an event or competition. She is training for the Olympics. Piece of cloth forming the long back section of a gown that is drawn along the floor. The bride's train was carried by her 2 young nephews. A vehicle carrying many passengers, used for public transport. A vehicle carrying many passengers, used for public transport. A motor vehicle with 4 wheels, usually propelled by an internal combustion engine. A group that controls the activities of a political party. He was endorsed by the Democratic machine. A device for overcoming resistance at one point by applying force at some other point. An efficient person. The boxer was a magnificent fighting machine. An intricate organization that accomplishes its goals efficiently. The war machine. Any mechanical or electrical device that transmits or modifies energy to perform or assist in the performance of human tasks. Make by machinery. Turn, shape, mold, or otherwise finish by machinery. A vehicle carrying many passengers, used for public transport.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.